We were recently given some Pennsylvania ground black bear. It was a great gift from a good friend, and an opportunity as we have never eaten or cooked black bear. Welcome to Tessa's Kitchen. I have about 1.5 to 2 pounds of ground bear. The color is a deep ruby red. The smell is surprisingly not gamey at all. It smells similar to hamburger. The texture appears granular and jelly-like, but firm, and it does not appear to have much fat. I wanted a good tasting of the meat, so I decided to keep it simple and make bear burgers. And John renamed them after Winnie, and he calls them POOH burgers. I'm going to start by caramelizing some Vidalia onions. I have about 2 cups of sliced onions, and in a low-medium heat cast iron skillet, I have added 1 tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm cooking these onions low and slow until they release their sugars and become a golden brown. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes for the onions to caramelize, but it is well worth the time. They will add a nice sweet note to the bear meat, inside and on top. I've taken out half the onions and set them to the side. Added 2 cloves of minced garlic and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce to the remaining onions in the pan. Cook them for about a minute, remove from the heat, and let them cool. I've given the garlic seasoned caramelized onions a fine chop and added them to the bear burger. Also adding a good tablespoon of ketchup, half a teaspoon of marjoram, half a teaspoon of dry mustard, a half a teaspoon of ground coriander, lots of ground black pepper, and salt. I'm giving that a good mix to make sure everything is well combined, but being careful not to overmix. The bear meat looks pretty lean, so I'm adding a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm making 4 large patties out of this amount of bear meat. After all, they are bear burgers. In my cast iron grilled skillet on medium-high heat, I've covered the bottom with some peanut oil, and I'm adding the burgers. I'm cooking them for about 3 minutes on each side, and then I'm going to finish them off in a 400-degree oven. Since this is game meat, I am cooking it until it is well done. For bear meat to be safe, it must reach an internal temp of 160 to 165 degrees. The bear burgers are done on the stove and ready to go in the oven. I'm putting them into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then I'll check their internal temp. The burgers are done. I'm going to give them a flip and put some of those beautiful caramelized onions on top. When I was making the caramelized onions, I thought about French onion soup, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to use some Gruyere cheese. Popping these bears underneath the broiler for about 1 to 2 minutes until that cheese is nice and bubbly. For the rolls, I'm using a big Kaiser roll. Let's make this POOH bear burger. I'm ready to eat. For the condiment, I'm using a Vidalia onion hot relish. Again, I thought it would add some sweetness and bring in a little heat. Next is the big bear burger with that caramelized onions and Gruyere cheese on top, and topping with a slice of garden tomato. The flavor is rich and bold, not gamey like venison. Ground bear would taste great in a chili. The burger was juicy and flavorful, a hint of sweet from the onions and some heat from the relish. All in all, this was a great POOH bear burger. We enjoyed. If you like this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos from Tessa's Kitchen. And until next time, enjoy.